So the Houston Rockets, they finally won a game against the Timberwolves, the team that literally just beat them before this game, in a game where Jalen Green had probably his worst game of the season. And looking at this game right now, he probably had his best game of the season. So, I mean, pretty ironic there. And looking at the supporting cast, I mean, Şengün, even Eric Gordon was playing pretty great. Tari Eason drawing another start and having another solid game as a starter. And I don't know, I mean, the Rockets, they played well today. They actually look like a pretty competent team from beginning to finish. So we're going to go over the game, talking about the box score, talking about the Rockets, and overall, just my overall thoughts on the game, because I think this was one of the best played games by the Rockets without Kevin Porter Jr. So we'll get into it right now. So the Rockets, they won against the Timberwolves 119-114 in a game where Jalen Green had a career high. So we'll go over his stats first with 42 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal and a block on 15 of 25 from the field and 6 of 12 from 3. This actually was a pretty efficient night from Jalen Green. I mean, over the season, he's been pretty inefficient, and in some games, I mean, he's been really bad. Especially last game, I mean, 10 points and 2 assists with 6 turnovers by Minnesota last game. Pretty horrible game by him overall. So this was a great way for him to come back and show the haters wrong. So props to Jalen Green for getting it done. Played great defense from start to finish, and in the fourth quarter, he was definitely engaged on the defensive end. So I think he had a great block against D'Angelo Russell on the 3. Yeah, I think it was a block by Jalen Green. So yeah, a great game from him. Definitely a great way to show the haters wrong and just prove that he's still that guy. And looking at his 40-point games, this is his third 40-point game in his career. And no other player in the 2021 draft class has a single one. That's just pretty crazy to me. I mean, Jalen Green, I think this is also his third 40-point game in like 4 games or something like that, I want to say. So, yeah, I mean, that's crazy. I mean, Jalen Green, he is definitely the best scorer in that 2021 draft class. And, I mean, as of right now, is he one of the best in that draft class? I mean, he's probably like a top 3, top 2 guy in the class right now. So, Jalen Green, I mean, the Rockets, a lot of Rockets fans had this guy as more of a shot chucker, someone that's not going to be effective down in the stretch. But, I mean, Jalen Green just proved everyone wrong, and he's finally come back into what everyone thought he could be. So getting into the other guys on the roster or in the game, Şengün with 21 points and 7 assists with 7 rebounds on 8 of 12 from the field and 1 of 2 from 3. Yeah, so Şengün also was pretty great today. I mean, 21 points on 8 for 12. Had 5 turnovers, so that's not good to see, but did have 7 assists, which is great to see, and had 7 rebounds. Really, the only thing that I wanted Şengün to do better today was just rebounding, but I mean, with Gobert there, couldn't really do too much. So I mean, great game overall from Şengün. Eric Gordon, he's been playing well as of late. 14 points and 4 assists with 4 rebounds, 1 assist and 1 steal on 5 of 13 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. Not an efficient game from Eric Gordon, but whenever we needed him to score, he definitely was there. So I mean, got to give props to where Eric Gordon was pretty good in the fourth quarter. So Tari Eason, 11 points and 9 rebounds with 3 assists and 4 steals with 2 blocks on 5 of 8 from the field. Eason drawing another start is leading to him playing pretty well. I mean, he's one of the best rebounding wings I've seen pretty much recently, and especially being a rookie, I mean, he definitely has a knack for rebounding the ball, and looking at his height, I mean, he shouldn't be too tall. He's 6'8", 215 pounds. I think he was playing the 4 or the 3 today, so he's a great rebounder. Definitely one of the more underrated rebounders on the Houston Rockets, and probably one of our best defenders overall. So finally, to round out the starting 5, we got KJ with 6 points and 7 rebounds with 2 assists and 3 steals on 2 of 5 from the field. Kenny Martin Jr. having another pretty solid game. I mean, 6 points and 7 rebounds. Wasn't really shooting the ball too much, but defensively and rebounding the ball, he definitely was there. Now looking at the bench, I mean, we have 2 guys to talk about: Jae'Sean Tate and Garrison Matthews, and even Bruno Fernando. I mean, Fernando had 4 points and 4 rebounds with 2 assists, 1 steal and 1 block. Tate, 11 points and 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Garrison Matthews, 10 points and 3 rebounds. So I think we'll go over Jae'Sean Tate first, because he definitely was the best player on the bench this game. So Tate, you know, we all know what he brings to the table. Defensive guy, someone that's going to be able to lock up one of the best defenders or one of the best players on the other team. And that's what he was doing today, guarding D'Angelo Russell for some sets and guarding, you know, other guys on some other sets, even Anthony Edwards, but that wasn't really too effective. So, I mean, Tate, he was in whenever Tari Eason wasn't and did a pretty okay job. So I'm gonna give props to Tay too for playing some pretty okay defense. Garrison Matthews, I mean, this guy's a clown. I mean, he took a three with like 3 minutes left or 1 minute left. I can't remember, but he was forcing a lot of threes today. Went 2 of 8. Wasn't too great. Didn't really affect the game other than having like a charge play. And that was pretty much it. And made 2 threes. So nothing too noteworthy for Garrison Matthews. But Bruno Fernando, I mean, 4 points and 4 rebounds with 2 assists, a steal, and a block in 11 minutes. That's a lot of stats for pretty limited playing time. So I mean, we needed a shot blocker to hold Rudy Gobert in the post, and whenever Bruno Fernando was playing, he definitely held his own. So, really, the only thing I can say about this game is that Josh Christopher and Ty didn't really do too much. Usman Garuba only got 2 minutes, and outside of that, we played pretty well today. Offensively, we were great. Defensively, we were engaged from start to finish. It was a great overall game, and definitely looked like the Rockets can definitely be a competent team. I mean, looking at it right now, if they had a guy like a KPJ, I mean, we probably would have won this game by a little bit more. I mean, down in the fourth is really what we wanted from KPJ, where a guy can just handle the ball and just overall facilitate the offense. Because down in the fourth, and especially in crunch time, it was getting a little bit chippy, and we were losing the ball a lot. We were turning it over. We were not just carrying the ball. So, I mean, having a guy like a Kevin Porter Jr. in the crunch time definitely can help us with that. So, yeah, you guys can let me know what you guys think about the Houston Rockets this game. I mean, they definitely looked like one great team. I mean, I'm not going to say one of the more competent teams in the league, but with this game, I mean, some nights they'll look like this. Some nights they'll look like the worst team in the league, which they are. Some nights they'll look pretty average, but when they play pretty well, they're one of the best teams. I mean, I'm kidding. They're one of the more competent teams in the league. Obviously, like with the Rockets, they start out pretty hot and they start to dwindle out because they're a young team. I mean, they're going to go out, they're going to get buckets, they're going to go out and just shoot the ball, but down in the fourth is where it really matters, and that's really the problem with this team too. Fourth quarter struggles is the biggest weakness for this team, I gotta say. I mean, Jalen Green in the fourth, Şengün in the fourth, even Tyrese not even playing too much in the fourth quarter is definitely something that Steven Silas needs to fix. So, yeah, I mean, the Timberwolves, they played well today. Anthony Edwards was keeping the Timberwolves in the game for a majority of it. So, yeah, that's the end of the video. Hopefully, the Rockets, they can keep up at least some type of winning. They are versing the Washington Wizards on Wednesdays, so hopefully they can pull out a win. Porzingis should be out for that game, hopefully. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. That's the end. And JDC, peace.